Yes, today in this video, let us discuss about the differences between substitutes and complementary goods. You know, a consumer consumes different types of goods. He consumes necessary goods, comforts, luxuries, inferior goods, normal goods, substitutes, and complementary goods. Today, let's understand the differences between substitutes and complementary goods. You should note the correct spelling of the word complementary. Most of the people write COMPLI, but it's not so. Complementary, COMPLEMENTARY, complementary goods. Before going to know the differences between substitutes and complementary goods, we should know the meanings of these two concepts. Substitutes ಮತ್ತು ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟರಿ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಬದಲಿ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಪೂರಕ ವಸ್ತುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸಗಳನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ. Substitutes are those goods which are used in place of other goods. ಬೇರೆಯ ವಸ್ತುಗಳ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಲಾಗುವ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ವಸ್ತುವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. If you don't have dosa, you can go for idli. Both will serve the same purpose. If you don't have bike, you go for car. ಹೀಗೆ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವಸ್ತುವನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸುವಂತಹ ವಸ್ತು ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಆ ವಸ್ತುವನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಬದಲಿ ವಸ್ತು ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Substitutes, again I tell you, substitutes are the alternatives which are used in place of other commodities. ಬೇರೆ ಸರಕುಗಳ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಲಾಗುವಂತಹ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಸರಕನ್ನು ನಾವು ಬದಲಿ ವಸ್ತು, ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Complementary goods are those goods, they are used together in order to satisfy a human want. ಒಂದು ಆಸೆಯನ್ನು ಈಡೇರಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಅಥವಾ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ತೇವೆ. ಅಂಥ ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟರಿ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಪೂರಕ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು, ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಇಡ್ಲಿ ಚಟ್ನಿ, ಪೂರಿ ಸಾಗು, ಶೂಸ್ ಸಾಕ್ಸ್, ಪೆನ್ ಇಂಕ್, ಮೋಟರ್ ಬೈಕ್ ಪೆಟ್ರೋಲ್. ಹೀಗೆ ಒಂದು ಬಯಕೆಯನ್ನು ಈಡೇರಿಸಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಅಥವಾ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಈಗ ಫೋನ್ ಇದೆ, ಫೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಮ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೋನ್, and they are called the complementary goods. ಇಡ್ಲಿ ಸಾಂಬಾರ್, ಇಡ್ಲಿ ತಿನ್ನಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಸಾಂಬಾರು ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಡ್ಲಿ ಸಾಂಬಾರುಗಳು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟರಿ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್, ರೈಟ್? ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಗಾಟ್ ಮೈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೋಸ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅದರ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್. ಬೇರೆ ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಲಾಗುವ ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ಬದಲಿ ವಸ್ತುಗಳಿಂದಲೂ. ಒಂದು ಆಸೆಯನ್ನು ಈಡೇರಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕಾದರೆ ಎರಡು ಅಥವಾ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಸರಕುಗಳನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ತೇವಲ್ಲ, ಒಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ತೇವಲ್ಲ, ಅಂಥವುಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪೂರಕ ಸರಕುಗಳು ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ನಾವು ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಗೋ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟರಿ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ 4 marks question that comes in second year PUC economics. 4 marks question. Mention the differences between substitutes and complementary goods. That we should know Why? Because in order to understand the consumer behavior, we should know these things. We come across many effects like price effect, income effect, and there is a substitution effect also. To know the substitution effect, you should know the meanings of substitutes and complementary goods. Okay, coming to the differences. Here, there are 5 differences, 5 characters, and here 5 characters of complementary goods. First of all, they are the alternative goods that are used in place of other goods. ಬೇರೆಯ ವಸ್ತುಗಳಿಗೆ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಲಾಗುವ ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಿವ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಬದಲಿ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Come to this complementary goods. Goods are consumed together in order to satisfy a want. ಒಂದು ಬಯಕೆಯನ್ನು ಈಡೇರಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ಒಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸುತ್ತೇವೋ ಅಂಥ ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪೂರಕ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟರಿ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Coming to the second one, please see, if the price increases, if the price of one good increases, the demand for substitute goods increases. You should not be confused. Just see, I will give an example here. There are 2 substitutes, tea and coffee. If tea and coffee are the substitutes. If the price of tea, say for example, the price of tea is 10 rupees, the price of coffee is 10 rupees. If the price of tea rises to 15, coffee becomes cheaper. As we know the law of demand, when the price of tea rises, the demand for coffee also rises. The demand for the substitute. Please understand. You should not be confused. When the I repeat it. See there are 2 substitutes, tea and coffee. The price of tea is 10. The price of coffee is 10. Suppose if the price of tea rises from 10 to 15, this coffee becomes cheaper, and so the people demand coffee. So the demand for coffee rises. So that is the thing. If price of one commodity increases, the demand for the substitute also increases. Right? Here what we see, if the price of one commodity increases, the demand for complementary good decreases. That is as per the law of demand. When the price rises, the demand falls. If the price of one commodity increases, the demand for complementary good decreases. Okay. Coming to the third one, that is very, very important. You should give examples. Examples for substitutes are tea and coffee, Colgate and Pepsodent, they are the toothpaste, car and bike. Tea and coffee, Colgate and Pepsodent, car and bike. They are the substitutes. You can use car in place of bike. You can use Colgate in place of Pepsodent. You can use tea in place of coffee. So these are the examples. Coming to the examples for complementary goods, pen and ink, car and petrol, shoes and socks, puri and sagu, idli and vade. So these are the examples for complementary goods. Coming to the fourth one, how will be the demand curve? The demand curve shifts to the right. See, this is the demand curve, and the demand curve shifts to the right if price rises. If price of one commodity, say for example, if the price of one commodity rises, the demand curve of the other commodity shifts rightwards. It shifts rightward. This is D, and this is D1, D1. So it shifts upward. That means when the price of one commodity rises, the demand curve also rises. Demand for substitute also rises. That's why it shifts to the right. Here, DC curve, that is demand curve, shifts to the left if the price rises. See, just see, this is the demand curve and it shifts left. It comes back. So it shifts leftward. Demand curve here, it shifts rightward. The demand curve there, it shifts leftward. It falls. Okay, coming to the last one. Price and demand move in same direction. Price and demand move in same direction. So price and demand move in same direction. Whereas price and demand move in opposite direction. They move in opposite direction. Price and demand. ಬೆಲೆ ಮತ್ತು ಬೇಡಿಕೆ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ದಿಕ್ಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತವೆ, ಆದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಲೆ ಮತ್ತು ಬೇಡಿಕೆ ಒಂದೇ ದಿಕ್ಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತವೆ. There is direct relationship, whereas here there is inverse relationship. So these are the differences between substitutes and complementary goods. I hope this is sufficient for you. And in the next video, let us go to the Hixian analysis, indifference curve analysis. To know indifference curve analysis, we should know the meanings of budget set and budget line. Okay, thank you.